champion. Yeah, I told you guys last week I should hold on to this ring for one more week. Oh, it feels so good to be a winner. I finally win thanks to a down week and an already down fucking year for scoring. But it's a win. And Trey asked, can it continue? What are my thoughts? As you can imagine, I have a lot of them. Ja'Marr Chase finally had a good week. Doesn't hurt that he played possibly the worst secondary in the league other than his own fucking teams at this point. But yeah, I mean, Ja'Marr Chase, he can continue on. He could easily be wide receiver 1 this year. The whole reason why I wanted him as my number 1 overall player this year was because I knew the fucking Bengals defense was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Like, holy lord, is it bad. But I knew it was going to be bad. And him and Burrow, man. Him and Burrow got that fucking special connection. Like, that intangible connection. Like, you know, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Joe Burrow, Ja'Marr Chase. Speaking of Mahomes, I mean, he finally, you know, good but not great. That's good. A lot of people on Twitter have been talking about how Mahomes isn't an elite quarterback anymore, but come on, it's still Patrick Mahomes. If I told you had to pick a quarterback to throw for 5,000 yards this year, who are you going to pick? The only ones that are currently on track for it through 3 games are Dak and Sam Darnold. Dak could do it. I wouldn't be surprised if Dak did it. His defense is fucking terrible too. But Sam Darnold's not going to do it. And other than that, who even has the ability? Maybe Burrow, Tua if he wasn't hurt, and Mahomes. Doesn't feel like it's going to happen, but it could. Mark Andrews, I fucking won with a 0. I won in spite of Mark Andrews. And that one's just an enigma. I have no idea what's going on there. I think the real answer there is that fucking Todd Monken fooled everybody at Georgia because he had Brock Bowers and a fucking amazing defense. And Chuba can keep going for a while. The reason I like Chuba is because that offensive line has gotten a lot better. And Dave Canales, see what happened with Rachaad White without Dave Canales? He looks like fucking dog shit this year. How long is he going to be viable for? I mean, Trade's trying to fucking put me on blast like I'm embarrassed about that trade offer. Chuba had a great week and James Conner had a fucking terrible week last week. Like, that's what you do. You try and sell high, buy low. Like, that's the game, man. Blame me for trying? You've made bad trades before. People are talking about Jonathan Brooks like he's eligible to come off of IR in week 5. That may be true, but he ain't fucking close. He hasn't even started practicing yet. Canales said that he's maybe a couple weeks away from starting practice. He said maybe, right? Couple weeks away from starting to practice. I think I got a decent runway with Chuba here. And yeah, the reason why I canceled the trade was because I really want to keep Chuba for this week. Did you see how fucking much of a fucking trash heap the Bengals defense was? I can't decide what is the matchup of the worst defenses. Last week, Bengals-Washington, or this week, Bengals-Carolina. We're not even a quarter way through the season, but we can still talk about soda bets here. We did have one finish. Last week, the Jets-Patriots bet Parker Tommy. Like, who gives a fuck? Parker won. Good, great. Yay. Great for you, Park. Don't wait for me to buy the sodas for that. I don't want your fucking soda, Tommy. Going through the long line of Parker soda bets here. Parker versus Q. Dak, QB 6.5. He's currently 8, but one more passing touchdown he'd be at 5 right now. So, too early to tell. Speaking on the topic, I actually do have some bets. Quentin, you'll be happy to know I have the Cowboys covering the spread tonight. Parker versus Q also has Cowboys-Eagles division finish. NFC East, the division with no fucking defenses. Eagles 2-1, Cowboys 1-2. Also too early to tell. Really could go anyway. Parker versus me, Aaron Jones, Devontae Swift bet. It's a long season and anything can happen, but I'll just go ahead and say I'm fucking wrong on that bet. Like, the Bears are not doing what I thought they would do. I thought that offensive line was going to pick up where it left off last year. You cannot tell me that last year they did not have a good offensive line, because they did. Statistically, verifiable, factual data says that they had a good offensive line last year. And I don't know what it is. On paper, it was supposed to be better this year, but it's just not. Sometimes, like, guys just don't fucking gel together. Or, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna blame Shane Waldron, their new offensive coordinator, because he fucking sucks. He sucked in Seattle, he sucks now here with the Bears. Not using fucking DeAndre Swift right. He's having him run into fucking stacked boxes. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what I thought they were gonna do with him. He's a fucking pass catching back. Like, make him run out wide, run routes. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, he's at like half a yard before contact. Like, that's how bad the offensive line is doing. And he's not a fucking power runner. He's not gonna fucking Derrick Henry push through that. Just so stupid. So yeah, you know, maybe Aaron Jones, he's 30, he fucking breaks his ankle next week and I win, you know, by default. But other than that, if they play all season, I have zero hope of that bet swinging in my favor. Another Parker versus VJJ running back bet, A-Chain, ETN. A-Chain's ahead right now, but like I'm fully confident in that one still. Despite how bad the Jaguars and fucking Trevor Lawrence is. Speaking of Trevor Lawrence, like I'd be willing to say that he's up there with Jamarcus Russell as the biggest draft bust of all time. Jamarcus Russell probably had worse stats, but I mean, he played a year and a half and then he was cut and he was gone. Goodbye. We don't have to deal with you anymore. Trevor Lawrence just got paid $275 million. And that's what makes him the biggest bust of all time. We have to deal with this guy and his flowing fucking locks for 10 fucking years. All right, I'm taking too long on this. Let's rattle off the rest of these. BJJ versus VJJ. Bears over under 7.5 wins. See my previous comments on the Bears. BJJ versus Trey. Trey makes playoffs. Ugh. Chloe VJJ. Kelsey Swift engagement. Could happen any day, right? And we got some hockey bets, but hockey season hasn't even started. Oh, I forgot to mention, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift bet. BJJ and Adam tailed that one on the DeAndre Swift side, $50 each. And quickly glossing over the standings, we got 4 distinct tiers. The 3-0 crew, Parker, Elliott, Adam. The 2-1 crew, Trey, Ryan, and Cole. 1 and 2s, BJJ, Chloe, Cody, and the fucking trash heap, 0 and 3s. Quentin, Josh, and Tommy. I think there's 2 outliers here. Elliott does not belong in the 3-0. That's a fucking fraud team. And then Quentin in the 0-3s, man. That's fucking tough luck, man. Quentin's tied for second most points for, but he's 0-3. That's some fucking bad luck, including, you know, against me. That's all for today, folks. Good luck, everybody. Week 4. I'm gonna hang on to this ring another week.